This one is my favorite one. I'm going to ask everybody on Zoom to mute themselves, just so perfect. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys, we're going to be doing our systems for success, the past client and referral systems. Like I said, this one is one of my favorite ones to teach you guys because this is literally how we teach pretty much all the agents to grow their business. It's one of the simplest things to do, but also one of the most time consuming and probably one of the hardest things that agents can't wrap their head around, which is coming up with some sort of communication plan or coming up with a database and really growing your business just based off of the people that you already know or you've met, and really just growing your network and trying to figure out a way how to get referrals down the road so that you're not consistently always having to cold call or door knock or really just talking to strangers all the time. This is just a more enjoyable way to really grow your business with your own network. Of course, there is other ways to prospect, which we talk about all the time, but about 70–80% of your business is going to come from the things that I'm talking about today. And it's good that we have some of our experienced people on here as well, because I'm sure you guys have listened to me talk about this, and maybe it's a nice reminder for you guys as well. And if you're a brand new agent, write down lots of notes, because this is definitely a good way to grow your business. So let's get to it. If you don't know, you guys all have access to Google Drive. We have what's called the C21 Percy Fulton files for agents. If you've got a Century 21 email address, then you have access to this. And if you've never logged into Google Drive, then let us know if you need some help. But this is where you're going to find quite a bit in terms of what we teach you guys. All the documents, offers, everything is on here. Specifically the Systems for Success training packages. So these are our booklets all about systems and how to get your business going. Any successful agent is going to tell you that if you don't have your systems in place, then your business is not going to grow. And if you have a plan to retire someday or have some sort of system that you can pass on to another agent, so that if you wanted to go on vacation, or again, you want to retire, maybe you want to grow your team, if you don't have systems in place, it's going to be very hard for you to train an agent or train someone to take over your business if you don't have any systems in place. So this allows you to really be able to have a business running for you without you physically being a part of it as well. So pay close attention to everything that we're going to talk about. We do have a master complete systems for success. So if you guys prefer to use the book, we have it all in one place now, thanks to Katelyn. She really put everything that I've ever written into a systems for success in this one giant file. So if you prefer to have it all in one place versus separate, then you can download it. But this one is, again, your past client referrals, sphere of influence, past client and referral system. So we're going to talk about how to actually create a database and update your database, how to categorize your clients, how to choose your communication plan for your agents, or sorry, for your clients, and then also come up with a monthly plan of action. Somebody on, not on mute, sorry, mute, thank you. Perfect. Okay, client referral system. So the objective of this system is to build a superior referral system by establishing a loyal client base through consistent quality client communications before, during, and after your transaction. So one of the #1 complaints that you may hear from your past clients is they did a deal with you, you got your paycheck, and then you never spoke to that client ever again. And I'm sure a few of us are guilty of that, for just never talking to your client when they get the keys. And that is not any way to grow your business. These are people that have already worked with you, have already trusted you. They're going to be your biggest cheerleaders to get you referrals more than anybody in your life. So don't forget about your past clients. You want to stay in touch with them, even if they don't buy a house in 10 more years from now. You want to tap into their networks as well. So the concept of this is to establish really a reliable and dependable database of clients that are not only going to use you for their real estate needs, but also refer you to their family, friends, and colleagues. So the technique behind this system is that it's going to provide, I'm going to show you guys some examples of different client communications, how frequently you should be doing these communications in order to generate these referral leads consistently. So in order to execute this, you're going to be required to have an up-to-date and complete database. And what that means is it's basically an address book. You guys now have a CRM, which I will show you. And it's pretty much just a database of your clients' names, their mailing addresses with postal codes, email addresses, and phone numbers of all your previous clients, anyone that you know, using multiple different sources, whether you're just using Excel, maybe you've just got it on a napkin somewhere, Top Producer, MailChimp, again, your Hub 21 platform, whatever CRM you prefer. The key is to have a database. We talk about this all the time to create this referral system for your business. So I have narrowed it down into 5 different steps. Step 1 is going to be to create and update your database. So you should have an up-to-date database, like I mentioned. Make sure that it's a database of relationships though, and not just a mailing list. So these are people that you want to reach out to and talk to and build a relationship with, not just sending mail out to them just to remind them that you're a realtor. So your database again is going to include full contact names, phone numbers, mailing addresses, and other important dates such as birthdays, anniversaries, to really start to build that relationship with them. And the reason why I mentioned having full mailing addresses is because something simple, say like Christmas cards, you may want to do some mass mail outs once a year, twice a year. And if you don't have that postal code, that's a really annoying thing to have on a label. So the more complete that you fill out your database and your CRM, the easier it is to communicate with them and not have to worry about those little details. So to start your database, I would say simply go into your phone. We all have a phone here. It does many beautiful things for your business. So what you're going to do, especially if you're a brand new agent, is to just go through your phone right now, go through all the contacts that you have, anyone that you've ever texted in your life, and then you're going to start to reach out to these people. You're going to reach out to them and say, hey, I'm Katelyn. I am now a real estate agent, especially if you're brand new, fresh out of school. Let them know that you're updating your database. If you're an experienced agent, reach out to people on your phone and say, hey, I'm just updating my phone book, my database. Do you mind giving me your full contact details? So very simply, you guys can text these people, you can call them, whatever form of communication you choose. Start to reach out to the people in your phone that you directly have their contact information. Once you've gone through your phone, then go over to like your social media channels. So maybe you've got Facebook, Instagram, check out all your friends that are on those platforms and reach out to them again and ask them for all these details. And then we're going to stick them on the database. If you are an experienced agent, and maybe you haven't been keeping up with your database, we do have a little trick. If you reach out to Paige, page.fulton@century21.ca. Sorry, I'm just going to mute somebody. Okay. If you email Paige or Heather, they do have a database of all the deals that you've ever done. So if you've been lacking on getting that database going and you have done some deals, reach out to Heather or Paige, ask them to send you a list of all of your transactions, and we will have your client's full name and address, their new mailing address, their postal code, everything in there. So get that list and start to put them into your database as well. Another way that you can do this is very stealthy by looking up the addresses yourself on GeoWarehouse. We all have access to that. So if you know your friend's name and maybe what area they live in, you can look them up on GeoWarehouse and get their full mailing address as well. Or again, just simply ask them and start that relationship there. Okay, so once you've gone through your phone and your social media, just to give you guys some more tips and tricks, I've talked to a lot of new agents on something that you should do, and that's really just to write out a list of everybody you know as well, whether it's on paper, your computer, whatever it is. Start to think of some other names that you could put into the database. So all the members of your family, your spouse's family members, any names of your extended family, your best friend, maybe your best friend's parents, your spouse's close friends. Maybe you have some children, You can reach out to your children's friends, parents, the teachers, coaches, principals, dentists. There's so many different people on this list of people that you can also start to reach out to. You'll notice that I have who does your hair, who does your dry cleaning, your pedicures, manicures, who do you give business to as well, that you could feel comfortable enough giving your or asking for business from them as well. So think of all those people that you see often and see if you can also add them to your database as well. So I do have 2 full lists here that you can go through. So go through this first list, and then this is your second list here. Again, it's just different types of people that you can maybe help jog your memory of additional names of people that you can add into your database there as well. Okay, and again, guys, if you have questions, feel free to put them in the comments there and I'll hopefully get to them at the end there. I'm gonna mute somebody, perfect. Okay, so techniques for asking for their information. I know everyone's kind of scared. They're like, how do I ask someone for their contact information, especially if you haven't talked to them in many years? But think about just making a simple phone call, send them a text message. You could even try Facebook, Instagram Messenger. Get it by saying that you're mailing out some items of value this year and you want them to be a part of it. Let them know you're growing your business, you're just updating your database. It doesn't have to be very salesy. These are all people you know, so they're not going to be complete strangers that you're just reaching out to asking for their information. These are people that you already have a relationship with, hopefully, and so it shouldn't be too weird for you to ask for their business. And if it is, I encourage you guys to get comfortable being uncomfortable asking for these small details. Again, 80% of your business is going to come from this, so it will be worth the awkwardness. It will be worth the ghosting that you experience and the rejections. You just kind of get used to it. So the more you put yourself out there, the more opportunities you're opening yourself up to as well. So don't be scared that someone's going to be mad at you. I haven't had a single agent tell me that someone flipped out on them for asking for their mailing address. If anything, if they don't want to give you their mailing address, they'll just simply ignore you. I had a couple agents say that happened to them this week. They just got ghosted. So, and if you don't know what ghosted means, it just means they didn't respond to you. So don't feel bad about it. It's just all part of the business. You're going to get used to it. Think about having, oh, sorry, I got people muted. I think that was Claire. Okay, think about also having a couple of different databases. Now on here I wrote have 2 databases. I would even think about going as far as having 3 different databases. So one that's focused on your sphere of influence and your past clients. One would be focused on lead generation. So these are strangers that may have been a sign call, came to your website. They're random people that somehow you got their contact information from. And a third one, oh, I even wrote it actually. A bonus database would be one that's focused on outside real estate agents. You guys are part of a pretty awesome network of agents. Century 21 is a global brand. And so if you guys have clients that are moving to Barrie, Peterborough, Calgary, Edmonton, BC, anywhere, if you guys have family out there, friends out there, maybe you went to university with some friends, don't forget to let them know that you have a network of real estate agents that are located in all of these different places across the country. And even if you guys don't know any agents, feel free to reach out to myself, Carly, Paige, Nelson. Any of us will have contacts that we know, and we can help you refer your clients to these agents. And you can make about 25% just from referring these people. And I'm waiting. I should have put mute on entry, so we'll wait for Raj there. Okay, so again, don't hesitate to put other real estate agents into your database as well, especially if they're going to give you some business. This is a really, honestly, real estate. Sorry, mute yourselves, please. Perfect. Again, it's a great source of business to work with other real estate agents. Typically, what real estate agents referrals look like, they actually typically nurture a relationship with somebody before they even hand it off. So actually your best referrals usually do come from an outside real estate agent because they understand that they're going to make money off this too. So if they have a friend that was thinking about buying in Toronto, they may have nurtured this relationship. And then when that person is ready to buy a house, they're going to reach out to their Toronto agent referral. So Try to put your name out there for all of these people in outside areas. Lots of people are moving to Toronto for school, for work. So I encourage you guys to join the agent Facebook groups. Whenever the conferences come back, I encourage you guys to go to those. If you're ever doing other conferences, I encourage you guys to go introduce yourself to people and try to build your business that way. And then again, put them on your database there. Perfect. Okay, so step 2, so that was step 1, was just to get everyone's contact information and start to build that database and stick it onto your system. Step 2 is to now categorize your clients. And this can be pretty tricky, especially if you're a brand new agent. I actually didn't start to even understand these categories until maybe my 4th or 5th year in the business. But you're going to start to categorize people into A+, A's, B's, C's, and D's. And the quickest way to prioritize them is an A+ client is someone that's going to send you multiple referrals a year. This is somebody that you want to take care of. So somebody that's always putting your name out there, telling their friends and family about you. This is somebody that you want to maybe send a bottle of wine to a couple times a year. Maybe you send them gift cards to dinner, or you're just sending them thank you cards. This is somebody that you want to take care of because they're helping you grow your business. An A client is someone that would also refer you if you asked them and showed them how. A B client, again, is another, would refer you if they were asked and shown how. A C client may refer you in the future, and a D client is someone that you should just completely delete from your database. So I'm sure some of you guys have some people that you didn't enjoy working with and you don't want the referrals, or you don't want to hear from them again. Or maybe I know even when I first started, I had some people on my newsletter and it would give me anxiety almost thinking about them receiving this email from me once a month. And then I was like, why am I even scared to bother somebody? Just get rid of them. So if there's someone on your list that really freaks you out and you're like, oh my God, this person's gonna be so mad at me sending them this monthly newsletter, just delete them off your database altogether and free yourself from that feeling. You can also categorize your database into the types of clients. So I'm sure on your CRMs, there's different categories that you can put people into, whether it's a past colleague, a past client, your friends, maybe you've got a calendar list, maybe you have a hockey team list. So you can categorize your clients into different types of people, and maybe they're getting different things versus another client. So don't feel bad about categorizing everybody as well. So like I mentioned, you want to do something extra special for those A and A+ clients. Maybe they're getting poinsettias from you once a year. You're just taking really good care of them. Okay, step 3. Now that you've got your database taken care of, you've got everyone's everybody's contact information there, and then you've come up with your plan. Now you're going to choose your communication. So your goal is to have 33 touch points a year. It doesn't mean that you need to call these people 33 times a year. You don't need to text them and be like, hey, are you looking to buy or sell this year? It's really just being in front of people 33 times a year to remind them that you're in real estate. I assure you that probably every single person that you know knows at least 2 to 3 real estate agents. There's over 70,000 of us just in Toronto. And so your goal is to really be in front of those people more times than the person that they also know. And there's so many different ways of being in front of these people, and I'm going to show you all of these ways. I wouldn't say that you need to select all of these communication plans, but maybe select at least 3 to 4 of these that you can consistently do every year. 12, I'm going to talk about e-newsletters a lot. So for example, your 12 e-newsletters that you're going to send out once a month, that's 12 touches a year. Maybe you're doing greetings cards a few times a year, happy birthdays, texting, maybe Christmas cards. There's so many different ways that you can quickly get to those 33 touches a year and consistently be in front of people. But that's the whole point. If you just sent out your letter when you first got into the business, told people you're in real estate, that's not enough. So you gave them that introduction, you told them you're in real estate, and now you need to consistently remind them that you're in real estate. And so again, here's the many ways that we're going to talk about. So think about old school ways and new school. We're going to do some mail outs. We're going to do email, and we're gonna do some social media, calling. There's a whole bunch of different ones, but the first one I'm gonna talk about is hard copy mail outs. This is something that you can mail out physically to your database, something that provides value-added service to them and maintains that ongoing visual and physical presence with your client database through the use of scheduled high-frequency publications that are delivered to your client's door. So it's a proven fact that staying in touch with your clients is going to bring you more business today and in the future. There are companies out there, so you can do this completely manually if you would like. There's also many companies out there that will do this for you. So if you get to a point where your business starts to grow and you don't necessarily want to mail out things manually yourself, there are different companies that you can contact. So one of the ones I chose, there's Kits Communications. They will actually send out very individualized messages to your sphere. So they'll send out hard copy mail outs to your clients, but they'll have their name on it. So it may be like, Yasmin, here's what's happening in the market today. So it will actually customize everything. They send out calendars as well with your client's name on every single month. So for things that grab their attention. DMS marketing, same type of client. They're going to send something to your client's door. And I do have the websites here for you guys if you do want to check them out. Morris Real Estate Marketing is another one that our agents use. I'm going to show you guys keep in touch systems. And this isn't a sales pitch or anything. This is just to help make your business easier. And these are some of the things that some of our top agents are also using that I know that are working. So David Greenspan, someone that we're really close with, he helps send out farming materials. He'll send stuff to your own database. They can be personalized. There's a whole bunch of different things that you can sign up for that will automatically send out to your clients. Okay, so that's just a small example of some physical pieces of mail that you can send to them. Another form of communication is e-newsletters, and this is something I talk about all the time, and I encourage you guys to all get on it because you guys already have these platforms in front of you for free. So these are basically newsletters that are created and sent out to your clients automatically every, I believe sometimes they're at the beginning of the month, whenever the monthly stats come out. But they'll continue to send these newsletters forever without any further effort. So all you have to do is sign your clients up to receive these e-newsletters once, and then they're signed up for life until they unsubscribe or anything like that. So you guys do have access to My CR Works. Ginny would have given you guys a login to this, so you can log into the back end of My CR Works and sign your clients up for a newsletter. So you can just go on to, I believe it's Contacts Manager. You can add your contact here and then subscribe them to the newsletter to receive. This newsletter is very much Toronto real estate market related. So they will receive information on what's happening in the real estate market. So it does have some sort of tools or some sort of value there. The other platform that you guys have access to online e-newsletters is through your My Hub 21 platform. So this is the Century 21. If you guys click on C21 Engage, you'll notice here, you will see campaigns. So campaigns is where you can actually set your clients up to receive emails. You choose who gets the email. If you need help, there's lots of videos on how to do this, or just contact us or Ginny. There is a step that you guys have to do with Castle to make sure that you guys aren't getting in trouble and you guys are following the laws, to make sure that the people on here are subscribers. So you can set them up to receive the campaigns automatically for you. It's called the Life at Home newsletter. This is what it looks like. I'll see if I can preview it for you. So you can see here, there is a campaign schedule. So you can set your clients up to receive a newsletter every single month. As opposed to the My CR Works email, which is all Toronto real estate based. These Life at Homes are more fluffy. So how to incorporate 2021 color of the year into your home. So it's a little bit more fluffy on how to decorate your home, how to host. I think they sometimes put recipes on here. So this is a little bit more, yeah, there's the recipes, DIY. So this is a little fluffy newsletter. So decide what you prefer, or you may have analytical clients, investor clients that may want to hear more about what's happening in the market, or you may have like your clients that prefer to do interior design, or like they like the more creative brain type people. You can stick them on this newsletter. You can also set your clients up to receive holidays as well. So they'll receive holiday cards on the Canadian holidays. You can select which holidays they do or don't get. But these are a whole bunch of different ways that you guys can communicate with your clients behind the system, not doing anything. You can also send out what's called an e-blast. So maybe you've got a new listing coming up, coming soon, just listed. Maybe you're just sending out an update email about your business. There's so many different ways that you can communicate through mass email. And again, the only way that you're able to do this is if you update that database and you're consistently adding people to it so that you can communicate with it properly. Okay, so I do have the steps on how to sign them up. If you have never done this before, feel free to reach out to us or go through this. You may have to click through it a little bit to really figure it out, but let us know if you are having any difficulties. If you are a more manual person, you prefer to do everything manually, you don't want it automatically sent out, you can sign up for MailChimp. Or again, on your new system, you can now do the Blitz emails and you can actually set up your templates and send them out yourself as well. So if you prefer to be a more custom email template, you want something more from you, you can customize it. It is just a more manual labor that you may not want to deal with. And if you are going to be doing it this way, you have to make sure that you are consistent. So if you're a type of person that will say you're going to do something, and then that day comes around and you're like, forget it, I don't want to do it. And then your clients, it goes 6 months past and your clients haven't received something from you. Don't bother with this. The people are going to delete your newsletter anyways. I'm sure we're all set up to receive newsletters from some sort of company. And you guys probably delete it as soon as you see it. But the whole point of these newsletters and the mail outs is really just to see your name pop up in their mailbox or their mailing box at some point. So it's not necessarily that someone's going to get your e-newsletter and call you up and say, hey, saw your newsletter, ready to buy a house. It's more of the constant reminder of being in front of them and keeping on top of mind. And maybe they just happen to think about buying or selling real estate that month when they got your newsletter, and maybe they'll respond to it. So it may not work right away, but it is something that's just consistently working for you in the background. So we talked about e-greetings as well. Again, here's an old school way. Another way to add to your 33 touches a year is by phone calling. So you may want to call your A+ clients every month, deepen that relationship with your best clients. You can use call essentials such as, can I be of any help? The value you represent to me. And oh, by the way, if you know someone who's looking to buy or sell a home, I'd love to help them. So if you are going to be calling people, don't forget to add it in there that you are looking for referrals from them. And just keep it quick. So you can call them, ask about their kids and all that good stuff, but definitely don't forget to ask for business from these people when you're calling them. Pop buys is, oh, sorry. If you are doing calls, I did want to point out that we do have the do not call list for you guys as well. So if you are looking to do some calling, don't forget to look up whoozle.net. I think it's c2unfultonphonelist.com. So if you're not on this list, contact Ginny and she will set you up to have access to this. But you can put your people's contacts on here as well. Otherwise, you can keep them on your database. But this is more cold calling, but I thought I'd throw it in there as well, just in case you weren't aware of it. Okay, pop buys is another thing that you guys could be doing. Like we mentioned, you guys may categorize your clients into A+ clients. So make a list of your favorite cheerleader clients and stop by their home with a small gift and a creative tag that shows them how much you appreciate their business and the referrals. Prior to going there, give them a heads up that you're going to stop by for 10 to 15 minutes just to say hello and drop off something. This isn't, you don't need to stop by and have an hour conversation or have coffee with them. Just let them know like it's just a quick pop by. You were in the neighborhood and you just wanted to pop something up. It's not embarrassing. They're not going to think it's strange to hear from the real estate agent. If anything, they love hearing from them. And then when you're visiting them, just let them know that you're never too busy for the referrals. I'm going to show you guys an example because if you've never heard of a pop by ever, you might be like, what are you talking about? So if you guys look, like do a Google search of pop buys or look up Brian Buffini, this is a coach style. But like actually I did this one year for people on Thanksgiving. So you can go purchase some little hand holders, pie servers, I guess they are. And then you can create this little tag that says, any way you slice it, I'm grateful for your referrals. And then you put your business card on it. So there's fun little gifts that you can go buy, that you can ask your clients for gifts. What's this one? This one's like a gardening shovel. Thank you for helping my business bloom. So it kind of adds like a fun little pun to it where you're asking for business, but you're giving them some sort of like little mini gift. We've done hot chocolate where we're saying the market is hot, but have comfort knowing you've got someone in your corner and you can deliver hot chocolate bombs. There's so many different things that you guys can deliver for so many different seasons. I've seen barbecue pot buys where they're doing ketchup, mustard, and relish, and then they'll have a cute little tag on there saying, I don't even know, there's like a long saying, but think about these as another way to stay in front of people and ask them for referrals. And it's just a cute little creative way as well to ask for business. So if you find that you're not the cold caller person, you're a little bit more light and creative, this may be a fun little avenue for you to grow your business as well. Or maybe you're out there in the park one day and you're just handing out stuff when you're with the kids. There's so many different ways that you guys can use this. Okay, social media. This is another platform. So during a deal or after a deal has closed, don't forget to add your clients to your Facebook or any other social media platforms that you're using. And use this tool really to socialize with your clients regularly by liking, commenting, sharing their photos. Facebook has this great thing where it tells you when their birthdays are. Maybe they post that it was their 30th anniversary. They may have had a grandchild. Maybe some big life milestone happens. So Facebook's a really great opportunity for you to stay in front of your past clients just by constantly communicating with them. And again, staying on top of mind. Take it a step further. You can create a closed Facebook group for your past clients in your sphere of influence to really update them on what's happening in the market, share your current listings, have them add their friends and family in there as well. And of course, posting regularly so that people can keep up with you. And your own friends, family are reminded constantly that you're in real estate. So if you're going to use social media as another way to stay in touch, don't forget to be social with them. So you are going to be posting regularly as well, your listings, what's going on in the market, but don't forget to be social and also reach out to people that you know on there and start to build relationships with people in the private messages, on their walls, and then hopefully when they start to think about real estate or their friend thinks about real estate, they'll send them to you to follow you. Social media is a great tool that a lot of people are doing where they're going to follow you for quite some time before they reach out to you about buying or selling a home. Okay, CMA mail out. So one of the most common questions that you're going to get from your past clients is, how's the market? Followed by, what do you think my house is worth these days? So people are just naturally curious about the value of their home. Don't do what other agents are doing by offering a CMA. So instead, deliver the CMA to their doorstep instead and be proactive. So usually what I recommend for everybody is to set up 2 times a year or even once a year where you're going to send all of your past clients, the ones that purchased a home with you, give them an update on what their house is worth. I have an entire Systems for Success on how to do this, but don't overwhelm them. Keep it simple. Just tell them a number or a range of what their house is worth and maybe some key market information. After you've, I always recommend mailing this out, mostly because people are going to open the physical piece of mail from you more likely than opening an email from you. So mail them out, maybe like a 1-pager of 5 of the most recent sales in their area. Let them know what their house is now worth. Follow up with like a video email or a text message and just say, hey, just want to reach out to you. I've been thinking about you. I don't know, hope you have the time to review it. I have a whole script here that you guys can use. And then follow up by asking if they have any questions, let them know that you're there for them, and also ask for referrals as well. So a lot of people, again, agents, they'll sell their clients a home and then they'll never talk to them again. This is a really fun surprise to send to your past clients and let them know what their house is worth. Especially in this market, if they bought maybe last year, they may be shocked to know that their house might be worth $200,000 more than what they purchased just in 2020. So this is a really good opportunity and a very strong value add that you can be doing. So if I can recommend it, I would do it in, I believe it's in March and in September every single year. Try to make this a routine of part of your business on how you're staying in touch with people. And honestly, you're going to get really good feedback from people because not a lot of agents are doing this right now. We like this method because A, it's easier to understand, and B, it puts your personality in the email. Oh, this is if you do the video. So there's a couple ways that you guys can do this CMA. So like I said, you can either mail it to them, you can email it to them, but there's a higher chance that they're going to delete it. But if you guys haven't checked out your Hub 21 platform, check out C21 Present. You'll notice here that you can actually create buyer and seller presentations, and you can actually, it's very simple. I won't show you guys how to use it today, but you can actually put the MLS number of your past clients, the MLS number of the house they purchased, and it's actually automatically going to pop up a bunch of comparables for you, and you're going to select which ones you like. And you can either print this and mail it out to them, or you can download it as a PDF, or you can have it as an email link. So you can send it directly to their email. But what it's going to do is it will pop up their property. It will show them a map of where the comparables are located. It'll give you like a little chart of the comparables. And then your clients are also able to see the photos inside the comparables. So very great little tool that you guys now have access to, whether you want to mail this or email it. Take a look at it, test it with any of your past clients or even your own self, and see how you like it. But these are really good for if you have a live buyer and you're trying to help them pick out comparables for a listing presentation or for following up with your past clients. If you want to take your CMA a little step further, there's an app called loom.com, and you can actually video record yourself going over the comparables with your clients and clicking through MLS and showing them what your property is worth. So you'll see I've done quite a few video CMAs. These actually get way more response rate actually than even the mail outs we're getting. So once you're comfortable in front of the camera, check out Loom and go through these comparables. Video record yourself in the bubble in the corner and go through all these comparables with them. Say, hey, Bob and Cindy, your house is currently worth this, this, this. Here's some of the comparables, and go through it with them. And then it's just another way to add that extra communication with your past clients. This is a complicated one. So if you do need questions or have questions on this, feel free to DM me or message me and I'll help you out. Okay, so that's a whole bunch of different communications. There are hundreds, guys. So these are just a few ideas. Other ideas that you guys can think of to stay in touch with people is doing giveaways and contests. Client appreciation events were really big pre-COVID. You could have a barbecue with all your clients. We used to do beauty days where we bring in all the girls and we'd get their eyebrows done and have like a little girly day. Just bring in all your top clients and start to appreciate them. Informational video emails. Handwritten cards is also huge. That's something I put into my daily practice as well. If you met with someone, maybe you had coffee with a friend, maybe someone gave you a referral, don't forget to thank them and reward them for the behavior. That's a really important thing to note. Actually, if someone is referring business to you, don't just ignore them. Immediately send whoever referred your name some sort of acknowledgement of it, whether that deal works out or not. Send it to them to reward the behavior of actually giving somebody your name. And you're going to get more referrals that way. So instead of waiting 6 months down the line when the deal closes and you're saying thank you for your referral, send it to them as soon as that name gets crossed to you. Reward them with some sort of appreciation. Okay, I'm going to check out some of the comments. If you guys have comments, let me know. Okay, cute. Okay, no questions. Yes, message me about Loom. Okay, perfect. So if you guys have other ideas of communication, feel free to put it in the comments below. There's so many different ways that you guys can communicate with them. But what you're going to do for step 4, now you're going to pick which communication plans you want to do. So like I mentioned, you're not going to do all of these. You're going to pick maybe 3 or 4 of those things that I just talked about. And then you're gonna select which ones you want to do and what month. So we're going to break it down very simply for you guys to make a yearly client communication plan and break it down into a month. So this is an example actually from another agent in the office. So they actually had it set up so they were doing hard copy mailouts, they were doing e-newsletters, e-greetings, they were either going to phone call people or do pop-wise, and then some social media. So in January, they sent out a letter asking for referrals. They were also had their e-newsletter and their e-greetings asking for business. And then they were calling their A+ clients and doing some pop-bys. On social media, they were doing happy birthdays, anniversaries, congratulations, commenting, and liking. So you can see every single month. Oh, shoot. Uh-oh, my computer's starting to die, so we gotta go very fast. So you guys are gonna pick the different communications. The beauty of these first 3 categories here is if you hire somebody, your mailouts are already done for you. Your e-newsletters are happening for you in the background. Your e-greetings are happening in the background for you. So really the only thing that you are manually doing is doing your phone calls, your pop-bys, and your social media. So everything is made very simple for you guys to make sure that you can really stay in contact with people. So having the systems already set up is really great. So if you can get your year set up in advance, awesome. But even if you organize it just quarterly or at the end of every month, plan what you want to do that month. So June is happening right now. Right now we have Father's Day happening. So you can think, do you want to send out all the fathers in your life some sort of card? Do you want to text them, say Happy Father's Day, send out an e-greeting? Wait for what it was, July's Canada Day. So maybe you're doing something for Canada Day weekend. So think of the different holidays that are happening each month. February, you've got Valentine's Day. December, we've got Christmas. So there's usually a holiday in every month that gives you an excuse to reach out to people. So start to think of all the different things and the different ways that you want to communicate with people. If you want to add the CMA mailouts, you may add that into your March, and then you may add that into your September. Maybe you're only doing it once a year. So you are really in control of what communication you guys want to do for your clients. But as long as you guys have some sort of plan of how you're staying in touch with these people, the more successful that this system is going to work for you. And again, 80% of your business is coming from these people. So you guys should, even though it's a lot of work and a lot of time, 80% of your time should really be focused on this system versus 80% of your time being spent doing things that are only getting you 10, 20% of your business, whether it's cold calling, door knocking, strangers. These are all, strangers are only going to take up about that 10, 20% of your business. So you only want to spend 10, 20% of your time focused on those strangers, 80% of your time focused on the people that you know, your past clients, and your referrals. So I do have an empty chart here. So if you guys do need a sample, just download this, create your own. You can delete whatever parts you don't want to use. Maybe you're not doing hard copy mailouts. You can replace them. Maybe you're not doing social media. Maybe you're doing door knocking. So pick which sources that you want to do. And then step 5 finally is just do it. So my 5 steps is do it. So this is one of the hardest things to do, is to actually pick things that you want to do and actually make it happen. So start small, get that database going, maybe pick a due date of when you want to have that database done, and then continuously adding to it and making it just part of your routine, and then come up with that action plan to complete it and commit to it. See, we've got some chats here. Carly says today. Today should be your date that you guys do it. But in all serious, give yourself a due date and make this part of your regular system of always coming up with different ways to stay in touch with people. A lot of people forget that real estate is a relationship business. It's not about real estate. We do happen to sell real estate and houses, but at the end of the day, this is a relationship business. This is a people business, and you need to stay in touch with people, and you need to talk to people, and you need to talk to people that are looking to buy and sell real estate, get them to trust you, like you, and then the real estate and the money comes afterwards. Now to break it down a little more simple, if you guys log into Google Drive, you will notice that we do have these roadmaps. Let's see if it pops up. So we have these roadmaps if you are a visual human being. So if you like to see things on pictures, I would highly recommend printing out these and putting them somewhere on your desk, put them in a nice frame. This should be the gold mine to growing your business. So up here, I've got this is an incoming lead and referral. So it actually tells you the roadmap of what to do when somebody refers somebody to you. So immediately you're going to thank the person, like I said, whether you're email, text, mailing them something, immediately thank them, send them a small gift. The person that was referred to you, immediately call, text, or email these people as soon as you get their contact information. And then it's giving you the roadmap all the way until they basically buy a house. Okay, so you're booking the appointment. This is your active client roadmap. So once you've got the client, they're ready, their offer is accepted. This is going to tell you exactly what to do after the offer is accepted. And you'll notice down here, after closing, you're going to send them a gift, and then you're going to add them into your advocate roadmap. So pretty much what I just spoke about was your advocate roadmap, where you're turning your friends, your family, your past clients, your referring agents, and strategic alliance into your advocates or your referral partners. And these are the different things that you're going to set them up to receive. So a monthly, quarterly newsletter, an update, social media comments, virtual events, quarterly conversations, birthday cards, semi-annual or annual CMAs, annual house anniversaries, special occasion gifts, and then deliver the unexpected, which could be those pop buys. So this roadmap is actually a giant summary of everything that we just spoke about and how you're going to really grow your business. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys today. I know it's a jam-packed session. Again, this is my favorite session to teach you guys because I know that this is the one thing that's going to help you guys grow your business for sure. There's no surprise. You can ask any top agent if they have a communication plan with people, and I guarantee you they will tell you that they have a system for what they do to stay in touch with people. Does anybody have any questions at all? Let's see. It's probably very quiet. Everyone's like ready to go out there in that sun, I bet. Yep, I see it. Just do it. Perfect. Today. Okay, guys, so if you do think of something, let me know. If you want to re-watch this session, it will be on the Facebook group. Or I've even put it on YouTube as well, and we're on Spotify. So if you want to listen to the podcast of this over again, you can download like Systems for Success on Spotify. But hopefully you guys can rewatch this, reread that whole Systems for Success book on Google Drive as well, and really get yourself oriented. And if you need help getting organized, don't hesitate to reach out to us and we'll sit down with you, go through your database and come up with some sort of plan for you guys as well. Yes. No, Alice, you won't be on YouTube. I already pre